Yeah, so today is day 10, and we are going to do Lesen and Horen number 6 and Schreiben and Expression chapter 2.4. Okay, and the goal for this class is that you have to understand, after I'm done with the class, you should understand possessive determinants and its usage in connections with nouns, right? And the assignment is Lesen and Horen chapter 6, but you must also go through the Schreiben expression 2.4 for full understanding. So this one is the Schreiben expression down here. So after we are done with the Lesen and Horen, you come to the Schreiben expression to do more practice. But for you to understand the 10, you must first understand the 9, right? So we did the German articles with the accusative and accusative and nominative yesterday, and I gave you guys more examples with how you can identify whether the statement is nominative and so on. So we are going to build on that to do what we are doing today. So let's open the grammar for today. And today we are learning German possessive articles and how they are influenced by indefinite articles. So understanding possessive and indefinite articles in German is essential for indicating ownership and making general statements. All right. So again, before reading this chapter, students should already be able to differentiate between definite articles and indefinite article, right? And understand the forms for nominative and accusative. So let's check some possessive determinants. And in German, these determinants, they change based on the gender or the number or the case of the noun that they are describing. Okay. And if I say possessive articles, what's the whole idea behind it? Do you really understand that in English? Like, we use it to indicate things that you own, right? So maybe my house, your car, his car, uh, her house, our house, your house, their house, and so on. These are what we call possessive determinants. So in German, we have mine as mine, we have dein as your, we have sein as his or its, we have ihr as her, we have unser as our, and we have euer as your. We have ihr as their, and we have ihr as also your. So these are the personal pronouns that we have done so far. That's the ich, the du, the SZX, the wir, the ihr, the sie, and the sie, right? These are the possessive determinants. But let's check this word here, this word called ihr. When you check the personal pronouns, we have ihr here. We also have ihr here under the determinants. We also have ihr here, and we also have ihr here. So this word, it has appeared here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's having different functions depending on how you want to use this particular word. So the word hier in German has multiple meanings based on the context and how you are going to, and whether it is capital or not, right? So in general, here can indicate formal possession, that is your. And it can also mean that her, which is possession by a female or for multiple people, right? Also refers to you all plural. So let's come back to it again. This word EA, it can be formal and capitalized, which means that's your, right? So that is EA book. When it's capital and in front of a noun, then it's going to mean that what that is your book. In this context, you can know that this particular word implies that you're. And if it's a small letter, like lowercase, then it's going to mean that her or they are. So you have to check the context and know what they are talking about. So ihr Bruder heißt Thomas, right? That means that her brother or their brother name is Thomas. You see that we have joined it, right? This one, you have to check the context, right? That will let you know whether you are trying to say their or her. So ihr Bruder heißt Tom is her brother. Her or their brother's name is Tom. And here as lowercase can also mean that you or it can be a personal pronoun. Okay. So in that context, if you check here is a noun, here too is a noun, Buddha is a noun, but this one is a verb. So when here is in front of a verb that is conjugated, that one can give you idea to let you know that it means that you, a personal pronoun, and that's going to be that you are you all in English, right? So when this here is in front of a verb, then it can let you know that it means that you all. And when this here is in front of a noun, then it can let you know that this is going to be possessive determiner, which can be your or it can mean that they are, right? So that's the first part of the possessive determinants using this here and all these words here. In case you have any question, please let me know before I continue. Okay. So let's make a quick reference with articles in the nominative, uh, nominative and accusative case, right? So let's check the articles in the nominative case. So we have masculine as there, and this one is the definite article. So please know that the definite article is this one, and the indefinite article is going to be that one. Okay. So the definite article is there, die, das, and die. And the indefinite article is going to be eine, and ein, right? And there's no plural here. And the articles for accusative, we have the definite article as there. Then that's the only part that changes from this one. The rest will be the same, right? So feminine is die, neuter is das, and plural is die. And the indefinite article for accusative, we have einen, and ein. And the plural, we are going to check that later. So let's check how indefinite articles in German influence possessive determinants. So the basic explanation here is that in indefinite articles in German, like ein, the eine, and so on, refer to unspecified nouns like a or an in English and directly influence the forms of possessive determinants. So keyword here is that the masculine indefinite article is the ein and is the base form. Okay, if I say the base form, the ein is the original form, right? Any additional letters to this particular word ein indicates adjustments due to the gender and the case. So let's take ein here. Additional letters here. When we have eine, the additional word is the E. And when we have einen, the additional word is what? GN. So this ein is the additional word. Any additional word that you are going to add is additional, like any word. So let me break it down again. Let's take like I write ein and I deliberately add these words to it, right? There is nothing like that. The additional word in this context is going to be these words here. Okay. So when you are forming the possessive determinant, they are going to follow how the ein is going to be in a statement. And the first one is that you must be able to differentiate whether the statement is nominative or accusative. So let's take like, I want to say that das ist ein Tisch. That is a table. This statement here is nominative. And table is what? Masculine. And nominative indefinite article masculine is what? That's what we have here. Ein. Okay. Ein. So I want to say that that is a tisch. If I want to say that that is my tisch, I'm going to use the masculine form of for all the words, and I won't add anything to it. So when I want to say that is my table, I will say das ist mein Tisch. I won't add anything. That is your table is going to be das ist dein Tisch. That is his table. That is sein Tisch. Ihr Tisch, unser Tisch, euer Tisch, and ihr Tisch, Tisch. When you check the possessive determinants here, these are the original words. That is the masculine form, right? When we add something to it like the E here, it indicates additional words. So let's do more. So that is eine Tasche. So that is a bag. Here we have E here. So this E is the additional word. So if I want to say that that is my table, I'm supposed to also, that is my bag, I'm supposed to also add E here. So das ist meine Tasche, das ist deine Tasche, das ist seine Tasche, ihre Tasche, unsere Tasche, euer Tasche, and ihre Tasche. Let's check accusative. We have ich suche einen Tasche. Now, the statement is accusative masculine. And accusative masculine is what? Einen. So the additional word is what? En. So if I want to say that that is my table, here to pick en, your table it will pick en. It's going to be Tisch. So ich nehme eine Tasche. This one is accusative feminine. Here is going to take E. And here too, so since here there's additional word E, if I want to use any of these possessive determinants, it's going to be ich nehme meine Tasche, deine Tasche, seine Tasche, ihre Tasche, unsere Tasche, and so on. So notice how the possessive determinants closely mimic the endings of the indefinite article. So you don't use indefinite articles together with the possessive determinants. The indefinite article form simply helps you understand how to correctly form possessive determinants based on the gender and case. So you don't have to say that ich suche einen, meinen Tisch, right? We cannot use these two together. You just have to use just one. Okay? So that's the whole idea with using possessive determinants in German. So you can come back and read through the notes again, and you get further understanding. Okay. Do you have any question about that? So now let's learn how to use these three adjectives to make our statement sound more German. So we are going to use zu as zu, or super as very or great, and sehr as very. So we are using these three adjectives to give more detail to your sentence, right? So this zu, they can mean that too. But if I add zu plus adjective, then it's going to have a different meaning as excess of something. So too, so let's take it like zu big is going to, zu gross is going to mean that what? Too big. But if this adjective is not there, then it's going to mean that what? Too. So das Auto ist zu teuer. The car is too expensive. The film is too long. The film is too long. Okay. So this zu is going to mean that what? Too. And mostly it's having a negative meaning. Okay. So yes. So zu indicates excess of what? Something. I mean, that too big, too expensive, right? Too loud, right? That's the idea of zu in German. And the super is means that super or very, right? And it's used to indicate a high degree of what? Quality. So das Essen is super lecker. So the food is super delicious. The Lehrer is super nett. The teacher is very nice. Okay. So super is mostly having positive impact, right? Super good. That means that what? Very good. This one is having a negative impact, and this one too is having what? Positive impact. And the sehr means that very. So that one can be both positive and negative. So that book is sehr interessant. The book is very what? Interesting. And sie is sehr freundlich. She's very friendly. Okay. So er ist sehr klug. So he's very what? Smart. He is very bad. He is very bad. So er ist sehr what? Bad. So very bad now, like it's having what? Negative meaning. Yes. So using these three information makes your statement sound more German. Okay. Okay, so today we are supposed to also do Schreiben expression for practice to enhance our understanding. So let's open this course book to continue with that practice. And we are going to learn about German colleagues and how to talk about objects in your room. All right.